What's going on, everyone? My name's Tenderpress Infinite, and holy heck, Annagruvan has changed, and it is looking good, dude! Throughout the farmlands facelifts, and now into the forest update, we've seen a number of tweaks done to this location, and honestly, it's really spiced this place up. It was one of my favorite spots in the map, going all the way back to 2019, and it still is one of my favorite spots in the map, if not my favorite spot in the map, especially now that the mines have been flushed out. Annagruvan was always one of the coolest spots in the map. Basically, the location is a fledgling mine just starting out. It's got just like this massive tower set up that's about to start drilling into the ground, presumably, and then a number of small preliminary tunnels. And so throughout these facelifts and these updates, we've seen those tunnels have a number of details added to them that's really just, it's added that character that was kind of missing beforehand. So with the updates and the way things have changed, it has me hopeful that maybe we'll see just a little bit more done to this location so that it could be hands down the location you have to visit in the game. Speaking of visiting it, you can find Annagruvan just over on the eastern central portion of the western central portion of the farmland. Now, for something that I get asked about all the dang time, is there a key to the building up on top of the Annagruvan Tower? And no, there is not a key. There is no key. You cannot get into this through normal means, but you can get into it through glitchy means, which I'm going to do later on in the video to see if there's anything that's changed inside of here. If you haven't been to Annagruvan, up top of the tower you can find yourself a PVG, a bunch of basic supplies, and a big green box. It's a pretty nice find. It's also the absolute most perfect spot to snipe anything from. If you could draw a bunch of machines there and you have any sort of a hunting rifle or sniper rifle on you, go to town, man. It is easily the best spot because of the kind of extreme verticality of the location. This tick's been ignoring me this entire time I've been up here, and it's super weird, but I'm not gonna. Ah, jeez! Alright, so starting from the top here on the tower, which I think might still be one of the tallest points on the map. I'm not too sure. I'll have to compare it to the Lucet Tower over on Himfell, but I really think that between those two, that's got to be the tallest point on the map. There's a safe house over here, which is really nice, right by that lootable. And then when you come on over here, there's a bit of a barn. It's got this really funky generator system inside of it, and you can imagine that the generator system is for, like, powering the giant tower or something like that. And then when you come out here, a lot of times there's some doggos in the area, so again, you probably want to snipe them from up top on the tower. But there's this really interesting unfinished rail, like kind of railroad kind of thing. It would be really cool to see the devs finish that at some point, maybe. See if they could tie it up to the military complex or something. And then when you come down here, this is where you start to get to the actual mine area, and this is where we've seen the most work done throughout all of the facelifts. And I gotta say, I really love this little, like, ditch area coming through here. I can't even remember if this ditch was here all the way back in 2019. I feel like it was, but it was just like a kind of dead-end, undetailed area. Love this little bench, though. You could totally imagine having a smoke break and sipping on a coffee while you're digging out the mine. Speaking of which, on the inside you can actually find yourself a sledgehammer. If you haven't gotten yourself a sledgehammer at this point, it might be a spot to come to. And then it's kind of undetailed in here, but you know, I feel like the rubble and stuff like that is self-explanatory that, like, you know, they were digging. Maybe in the future we could see a few more additional wooden support beams placed into some of these caves and tunnels, just to kind of give that semblance of structure being built into the mine shafts. Now, coming down into this kind of little strange ditch ravine area, the view up to Annagruvan up there is absolutely superb. And this area is weird. I like it because it's weird, but it's weird. And maybe again could use just a little bit of tidying up in the future potentially. But it's not the main point of the Annagruvan mines here. But one of the really interesting things that's happened to Annagruvan just recently is how this tunnel over here has changed and been updated. There's been the addition of these brand new ticks in the tunnel, and there is a little bit of a resting spot at the end too. I believe this tunnel used to be a dead end, but I might be remembering wrong. It might have been an outlook into the water still. But I'm like 99% sure this was a dead end. Either way, we have this pile of rubble here from somebody who's obviously been digging away. And then when you go through this really tiny little tunnel here, you come out to a really awesome little fishing spot. It would actually be kind of cool if there was some sort of fishing in Generation Zero. I don't know, because like, I don't know like what fishing in Sweden is like. If there's any viewers that are from Sweden that go fishing, maybe sound up. Is fishing actually chilling off in Sweden? Because it could maybe be a fun side activity. There's also this picture of this doggo here. Looks like a good pupper. And then over by the bedroll here, we got some cans of Pitti Panna. Nice. And then over here we got a Granat Yavar for, I guess, when the fish are really hard to catch or something. I mean, imagine how efficient an HEDP round would be at catching a whole bunch of fish. And then there's this dead hunter here, and I thought that this was kind of a neat angle of a shot, so we're just gonna kind of sit here for a second. But really, everything that the developers have done to Annagruvan so far has been absolutely fantastic, and they've totally taken what was already an awesome area and made it even more awesome. I do think that with just a little bit of cleaning up, as I said earlier, this could be like the go-to location of the map. Just a simple wooden bridge running through the area would be really awesome and really make it feel kind of uniform for why there's that little fishing outlook and stuff like that. You could picture that maybe, you know, a resistance member or somebody like that followed the trail down and found the fishing spot or something. Or maybe it was a spot for one of the miners where they would go off and they'd fish for their lunch break or something. Now, earlier in the video, as I said, there's no key to get into the room up the stairs here in the tower at Annagruvan. But there is a cheaty method of getting in, and it included me pushing my bike all the way up all those stairs, because you can't ride up them. The angle is way too steep. So I had to push my bike all the way up all those stairs and then like kind of jankily slide it under the door. I don't advise any of you dudes do it. I'm not going to include footage of it because it was painful. But yeah, I did it. I'm inside the room and there really is nothing in here outside of a couple fuse boxes. There's some invisible walls and stuff like that, but I don't know if this is ever going to be used, my dudes. I'm not too sure. Maybe in the future, if we see another mainland DLC, maybe we'll see something happen in here, but I think probably more than likely this is going to forever remain locked. And maybe at some point the devs could just remove the find a key thing or something like that, unless if this will actually wind up being a mission. But I guess only time will tell for that. But yeah, Annagruvan, 10 out of 10, absolutely. My dudes, you gotta come through here and explore the mines. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you all enjoyed, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Until then, peace.